What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Throw them ones in the chat if you're awake this morning. If you're ready to talk a little bit of draft. If you're ready to talk a little bit of Senior Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Throw them ones in the chats for the people that's awake. You know what I'm saying? For the people that have been tuning in to the Senior Bowl. All of my draft geeks, draft nerds out there. I really wanted to get on live today and really just kind of discuss some of the winners from the Senior Bowl practices. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know if y'all can hear me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes the sound be going crazy and stuff like that. I just want to make sure that everybody can hear. Everybody's present. What's going on, JV? My guy with the wrench. We already know what time it is. We already know what time it is this morning, bro. We already know. So we are open for questions, and I think that at some point I'm going to I think that I am gonna put a lot, like I'm gonna put a call-in number or something like that. And also too, the people that's watching, let me know if you willing to show your face a little bit. If I put the link in the comments where I can invite people. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do that anyway. We're gonna do that anyway. You know why? Because we ain't afraid of nothing over here. We ain't afraid of nothing over here. Right? So I'm actually gonna post that. And hopefully my boy, we haven't practiced or gone over anything. Hopefully my guy Keystone is out there and we might be able to do a little bit of rapping. You know what I'm saying? We might be able to do a little bit of rapping. Okay. Give me 1 second to post that in the comments for those that want to jump on. Uh I don't have anything particularly planned, but I do have a couple of names that I do want to talk about. All right. So, okay, Keystone here. Oh, my dude is here. All right. So I'm gonna post that and pin that in the comments too. Uh, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna pin that right there. Cool, cool, cool. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for the people that are here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for the people that are here, so we can let people know that we out here. All right. So, how do y'all feel about how the Senior Bowl went yesterday, or the practices and stuff like that? Like, I think that it was the first signal that draft season is here. You know what I'm saying? It's grimy season. Your boy got the black beanie on. We got, we got the black shirt. We got the chain out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all black. Even got the black wedding band on right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that honestly, if I'm being real with y'all, I kind of feel like the Senior Bowl has been more lit in past years. I think that it did kind of deflate a little bit from some guys pulling out. Pause. From some players deciding that they, announcing that they were going to be there, like a lot of the Miami and Indiana guys. You know, uh, it like when I thought that there was a possibility that we get Messidor and that we get Bane. When I thought that we would get Pons, I was like, oh my God, this is about to be the best Senior Bowl ever. And then, understandably, you guys played in the championship game 8 days ago. So you can kind of understand maybe their body needs to rest. Maybe they need to prepare for some of these workouts and stuff like that. But, it kind of took it kind of took away from me. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Keystone, if you there, bro, hit that link, bro. We can rap a little bit, but I do have a list of players that I do want to talk about based on what I saw yesterday. Okay. And you know what, man? Excuse me, y'all. I'm getting over a bit of a cold, man. So I'm trying. I'm trying out there, but like the cup say, bro, like the mug say, you gotta get it done. We got to get it done out here. All right. So the first person that I want to talk about, Tyron Montgomery. Now, I won't lie to y'all. didn't know very much about Tyron Montgomery coming into this. And from what I've been looking up a little bit from John Carroll, which I think is a D3 school, bro is the goods. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Youngin can play. All right. Youngin can play. Let me see if I can find this rep. You know, I want to cut to Twitter, right? I be wanting to cut to Twitter sometimes, but you know, Twitter be having that weird stuff that happened over there. But let me see if I can find let me see, because I know on my profile I posted the rep. It was on Colton Hood, and it was not very flattering for Colton Hood. I mean, homeboy, like Iverson crossed him. Iverson crossed him. Y'all hear me? So let me see if I can. I'm gonna share the screen real fast. See if I can find it. All right. Y'all let me know if y'all can see it good. All right, give me 1 sec, guys. I gotta go over. You know, I ain't like Jay Tuck when it comes to this producing stuff, but this was the rep against Colton Hood. Hey, crossed my man up something crazy. JV Boy asked the question, has it been snowing here? Yeah, bro, we got about 10 inches of snow and we got ice. So your boy is snowed in right now. That's why I couldn't get to the Senior Bowl. I couldn't get to the Senior Bowl because of the snow. You know what I'm saying? Jay Tuck's flight got canceled. My flight got canceled. I had to move it and all that stuff. And it just made sense to stay here, man. Also going through a little bit of going through some stuff at home a little bit. You know, nothing to alarm anybody about, but you know how life is, man. Life be out here lifing. But yeah, the snow was a big culprit. The snow and the ice is real bad out here. Appreciate you for asking. I got to keep showing this over and over because this is what's often lost in football talk. Like you hear D1 this, D1 that, D2 this, D3 that, NAIA, all this type of stuff. This right here is a D3 kid versus premium SEC corner. And in some draft boards, they have Colton Hood as a late first round pick, right? This is D3 so this is what I want to point out to you guys, right? When looking at prospects or when looking at players or having types of respect and talking about competition. When I played at HU, Howard University, not Harvard, not Hampton University, but Howard University, I had a couple of guys that transferred in. One of them was a Super Bowl winning cornerback. One of them played at Ball State. And the Super Bowl winning cornerback came from Eastern Michigan. His name is Jeff Pope. That's my dog. Jeff Pope. All right, hopefully I can get Jeff on here one day. But we asked the difference between HBCU ball, which is FCS, right? And you know, regular Division One. What they said was the difference is really just the line play. So up front, that's a little bit different. You get the best of the best when you're in Division One. But when you are between FCS and FBS, there's no difference when it comes to the skill players. There's no difference when it comes to the skill players. And so I thought that was intriguing. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was intriguing. Just knowing that, right? Knowing that there's not much of a difference when it comes to skill positions. So you're going to get guys that are receivers that were D3, that are D2, and those guys are going to be able to translate a little bit better. Now, understand this, and I want to preface this with everything we talk about when it comes to these Senior Bowl practices and stuff like that, right? This is day one. So with day one, you're getting your first impressions. And that's actually what I wanted make it known in the title, is that it's all about first impressions. Because eventually guys are going to pick up practice habits of guys. You're going to pick up tendencies. You're going to watch film. You're going to get coached up. What you want to see with players, right, outside of the first impression, you want to see how they rebound. You want to see how they take coaching, right? As a former high school coach who would love to get back into it one day, I can personally tell you that the first day definitely gives you a leg up. But what keeps you around is how you adapt and how you take coaching. You understand that? How you adapt and how you take coaching. And I also want to preface you guys with this. The people that you're seeing on day one at Flash, some of these guys are going to disappear when you start seeing more live reps, when you start seeing team reps. So don't put all your eggs in the basket of all these one-on-ones. Like the one-on-ones are meant to be a little bit flashy. You know what I'm saying? It's to help you with muscle memory. It's to see if you can apply some of the things that you've been doing in your EDDs, which is your everyday drills. So it's to see if you can use your muscle memory with what you're learning over there and then take it to team practice. So every team practice has indies. Every team practice has one-on-ones or inside run period and 7-on-7, which is called Skelly. You know, for my people that are trying to, understand what a practice plan would look like at high levels. Like every one of them has indies, which is going to have your everyday drills, which is EDDs. So write this down if you don't know what I'm talking about. Then it's going to be followed up more than likely by inside run, which is 9-on-7, which is, pretty much the front seven of the defense versus, pretty much the lineman and the tight end, all of the people in the box in the run game, and all of the plays are run. And sometimes you might get a blitz period. It might be blitz with that same group. So blitz period, where they send different types of blitzes, and you're trying to pick that up based on your scheme, based on what they're doing in the blitz game. So on the other side, you'll have Skelly, or you'll have one-on-ones. So Skelly is 7-on-7. You know what I'm saying? 7-on-7 is actually huge in football now, especially in the passing game. And then you'll get one-on-ones too. You'll get one-on-ones on both sides. You'll get one-on-ones with the linemen. What I think that the Senior Bowl does a very good job of is highlighting one-on-ones. The only thing that I kind of hate about it is I wish that they had two ways of looking at practice. Because when you're at home, which I wish actually from the people that are out at the Senior Bowl. Hold on, let me take this off because I still got this up. For the people that are out there, you can only pay attention to a certain amount. You can't pay attention to everything. You either got to be on this side with the linemen, I think, or you got to be on this side with the DBs and the wide receivers, right? And so with that, you miss a lot. That's why, I'm going to hold you guys to a standard too of whatever you've been seeing that maybe I haven't seen. I want you guys to kind of point it out so that I can look for it next time. Because there's a lot to look for at the Senior Bowl. There's a lot to look for. Like I only got about 5 to 7 players that I actually saw that I've been kind of looking up. But right now we're kind of at the mercy of the media. We're at the mercy of the media and what they're talking about and who they're pushing. Because last year I can tell you that, a couple years ago it was Tank Dell. Tank Dell went crazy. Last year it was Taz, which Taz did end up going crazy. I wanted Taz last year for my team. I wanted Taz last year, but you can only pay attention to a certain amount at a certain point. Next person we're going to talk about, TJ Parker out of Clemson. My God. And this is a 2-part series because there's another player I'm going to bring up based on his rep. But if you saw how TJ Parker set the tone and in the one-on-ones against Alan Haran. My goodness. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. But the rep was so good. The rep was so good that unfortunately my Maryland homeboy, you got to get put on that Summer Jam screen. I mean, look at it. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it. That right there is the type of tenacity that TJ Parker brought all day yesterday. That's the type of tenacity he brought all day. And if you ask me, I think that he was a maybe a mid-round first round grade on a lot of people's boards, right? Like I'm looking on a site that I trust a lot, and I know that they had TJ Parker up there. I know that PFF had TJ Parker up there. But when you can match the tape, along with what you're seeing in this rep, that's ultimately what you want to see at the Senior Bowl, especially when it comes to these linemen, the guys in the trenches, right? Oh, okay. We got my guy Keystone on. What's up, Keystone? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you pretty good, man. Talking about TJ Parker right now.
Yeah, I had TJ Parker as one of my late first round sleepers because he wasn't really hyped up as much because Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor, and the good others, they pretty much took all the hype. So I always had my eye on TJ Parker, especially when he played against Duke this year.
Okay.
So yeah, I knew he was going to be one of those first round sleepers, but he got what it takes. But when you look at him, you gotta work on his motor a little bit more. Once he get his motor going, he's gonna be a problem.
So do you feel like his initial get off is good, but he's just somebody that needs to be able to finish plays? Is that what you pretty much saying?
Yeah, he need to finish plays. His get off can get a little slow too, but that's just laziness in him. Basically, just stop being lazy, TJ. You got what it takes. You just got laziness with him overall.
Yeah. So yesterday, JV Boy asked me this question. He said, "Does he have any other moves, and does he have good bend?" From your notes, what do you see? I know what I see. I know what I saw yesterday, but I just kind of want to get
He,
your feedback before I get mine.
he got the hand. He got the hand usage. Hips can get stiff. He do got some stiff hips in him. But let's not forget, Sam Williams had stiff hips back then. We drafted him, so gotta look at it that way too. But at the end of the day, due to his hand placement and his power, he got what it takes. But in actuality, he just got to work on that first step a little bit more and loosen up them hips. He got what it takes.
Yeah. So what I saw yesterday, I saw him bull rush yesterday.
Yup.
So the one thing that I can tell you about TJ Parker is that he has really strong hands, bro.
Yes,
You
he
know what
do.
I'm
His hand
saying?
usage is ridiculous. You see
Yeah,
how he bully. You see how he bully ball with just really one hand.
yeah, yeah. And this is only one, but I also saw yesterday how he set the edge in the run game a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is what I was telling people, right? Like with this rep, and I'm also going to highlight this Maryland tackle. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to highlight Alan Haran, right? Because
Right.
he got his ass completely whooped on this rep.
Yes, he
But he
did.
came back and took some coaching. And did you notice how much better he got once he got coached up a little bit?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was kind of pointing out to people. I was pointing out to them that, you know, you ultimately want to see how guys take to coaching when it comes to these practices. Like day one is day one, and you're seeing what habits they exhibit from where they came from. You know what I'm saying? You see, and then you start to see them getting NFL coaching. Somebody brought up Lunda Wells can call some plays, right? JV Boy brought
Yeah.
up that Lunda Wells can call some plays. And so ultimately, like we look at Lunda Wells as a really good coach at the NFL level. I mean, ultimately he's been around a long time. We know Dan Quinn wanted to take him over to Washington with them. And so you see guys get NFL coaching. and you know what I'm saying? Like, can you expand on that a little bit? Oh, dang, Keystone rolled out, but he'll be back. He'll be back. But yeah, JV boy, I'm gonna read you some of the things that I have. So this came from a scouting report back in August, and these are some of the things that I talked about, some of the things that Keystone talked about. All right, we got Keystone right here. All right, so
The volume went out. My bad. I couldn't hear the background.
nah, that's all good. So I was just reading like some of the strengths of TJ Parker: good size, crushing hands, forklift swipe to break contact, long arm stab is lethal. We just saw that. Cross chop, effective counters,
Yes.
edge setting, block shedding. So some of the weaknesses they had was average burst
He
and
got gap discipline. Yeah, he definitely got the gap discipline.
So can you talk about how important? So there's a rumor that and I'm not sure how this helps anybody else's team, but I know that the Cowboys are flirting with the idea of going to a base 3-4. Can you talk about how important that is if the Cowboys were to switch to a 3-4?
It'd be great because it'll keep us versatile in formation. That way, everybody ain't gotta be locked in on just the 4-3.
Absolutely. And also too, like think about it like this, right? For me, if they switch to a 3-4, if he's an end instead of an edge, I don't know. He might because you kind of see him standing up a little bit too. So he might be a 3-4 edge. But if they put him as a DN, that's more of a
His
I
size
think
is a little under. He would be a 3-4.
yeah. So I kind of feel like the gap discipline is important because I think that you would what do they call it? You two gapping, right?
Right.
Yeah. Do you think that with this with his measurables, his size and stuff like that, that TJ Parker would be able to two gap?
With them hands, he can two gap. With those hands, he can do pretty much anything. That's
Yeah.
how I look at him. It's that hand place. It's really all about the hand placement. I know he got pretty average measurables. I mean, it ain't like nothing skyrocketed to really chat about. But let's be real here. If TJ Parker and Clemson would have had a better record and a better season than it would, TJ Parker would have had a lot more hype this year than what he would not had within the year because they wasn't that good. But when you look at it, TJ Parker definitely got the hands to put himself in any position, but we'll see how it goes.
With that being said, right? Because we don't see him right now, but Avion Terrell is one of the best corners in this draft. Do you feel the same way about him?
He got some hype on him, but he ain't got the hype that he deserved because it's like I was saying, Clemson wasn't really good this year. If they would have been a lot better than they would this year, them two would be more in the hype of this year's draft than would it be? Because look at Miami.
Uh-huh.
That's a prime example. And I'm a diehard Kane, and I'm still hurt that we lost, but I'm not mad at Indiana. But we had that game. But back to that, when you got Mesidor and Bain, they had a phenomenal season. That's why they got the hype. That's how I look at Terrell and Parker this year.
But ironically, with what you're saying, Indiana had a great season, but their players don't got the hype. Part
No
of it might be the age and stuff like that. I don't know. Also, too, like
age.
their players play within their system and they're coached up and they got tough players, but they're not going to have the measurables that we're talking about. They're going to have a lot of the intangibles, things that don't show up on screen. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I mean, not on screen, sorry, that don't show up on, you know what I'm saying, your papers or your measurables. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to run like, for example, my favorite corner in this draft is D'Angelo Ponce, right?
You
Rightfully
was you
so.
was heavy on him.
Yeah. Even before I was heavy on him before they started going crazy. Because I just like when I first started watching tape on corners, I was like, he got everything you want in the corner. He even got long arms. He's just not tall enough. It's like you don't talk about his play strength. You don't talk about how fast he is. The only thing you don't talk about his feet. You don't talk about his technique. You don't talk about his physicality. You don't talk about him tackling. The only thing you talk about is how tall he is.
Yes, because when it come to me in this Senior Bowl, I'm gonna be looking highly on the safeties more than the corners when I'm gonna be watching the game. I know
Well,
you out there, and I know that you got an
now
invitation out there.
I couldn't make it out there. I'm actually at home now, so it's a little
Oh,
bit tough. I was supposed to be out there, but snowstorm kind of messed things up a little bit.
yeah, it actually did. Yeah, most definitely. But it's
Yeah,
all
so
good because one of my favorites going in, he is safety, and that's Bud Clark out of TCU. That
okay.
dude balled out this year. He had 31 solo tackles. He had 7 pass breakups, and he had 4 picks. The ball's fluid. He's good in angles, and he can recognize routes. That's where the pass breakups come in at. Not to mention he had a pick six versus Carolina this year. So he got some ball hawk tendencies. That's somebody I'm looking at in Senior Bowl.
Okay. Okay. You said Bud Parker?
Bud Clark. I'm sorry,
Bud
Bud
Clark.
Clark,
Okay,
TCU.
Bud Clark. Okay, got you. I got him locked in because I'm writing the name down now so I can look for him today. Because like I was saying, when you're watching it on TV, they only show you what they want to, but we missing
What they
so
want to
many.
show you.
Yeah, we missing so many reps, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they spend a lot of time with the linemen, which I can understand. It's a lot click, but we didn't see a lot. Like to me, I didn't see a lot of one-on-ones with the receivers and the
Me
corners
neither.
or the safeties. And I was a little bit, I was a little
I
upset
don't
at
even
that a
see
little
no
bit.
linebackers.
Yeah, like there's a guy. I think I wrote this in my notes today. Where is it at? Bryce Botcher. You familiar with him?
He's in my files. He went to Oregon. I like him. He's the sideline guy. He got the speed, but he got to get a little bit more physical. And not to mention, he's definitely a floor general, and he's disciplined in the run defense as well too. But he got to get a little bit more physical.
Man, did you see what he did to Nick Singleton yesterday in pass pro?
Demolished him.
Oh my God.
And Nick Singleton is in my sleeper files,
Nick
all because he
Singleton
got
was,
the shoddy frame.
I want to say Nick Singleton was whooping everybody else
He
in the pass.
was.
And then, yeah, homeboy, I'm going to see if I can pull it up for everybody, man. Listen, y'all. Uh, But put the kids back in bed. Put the kids back in bed before we watch this. All right. Put my man Nick Singleton in the dirt, y'all. Put him in the dirt, bro. Oh my God, demolished him like as you said.
Yuck.
So this is somebody to watch out for.
Yuck.
It was so
He
bad that
got it, man.
go ahead.
I said he got it, man. Excuse me. Just looking at that, man, he gets me every time. He put him straight on his back.
I know. So think about this, right? You talked about physicality. You just need to see him be a little bit more physical. Looking
Right.
at that rep, it tells me that that's probably something he's read about himself. And he probably wants to change that narrative.
He's a wrap up tackler. That's no issue there. He was like that all season. He's definitely a wrap up tackler because he did it against Ohio State.
Yeah, got you. Okay, so we're gonna move on to my next player that I saw yesterday, uh, which is becoming one of my favorites. Kaleon Black out of Indiana. Did you see any clips from him
Bruh,
yesterday?
that's my guy, bro.
Yeah, yeah, bro. He becoming
Woo.
one of my favorites.
Low key, that's Shoddy's guy. That is Shoddy all the way, bro. That is pure physicality. That's
Uh
the
huh.
frame. That's the gap shooter. He's a workhorse. Oh my
Uh huh.
goodness, man. Kalen Black is a problem. I know what he was doing against us because he did some key physical runs that put him in position to score. Because it looked like we was getting ready to take that game over. But I
I
was
don't
saying,
think
look out
Indiana
for
wins without him, personally.
him. Mm-mm. No,
I think
no,
he
I
set the tone.
agree.
He set the tone
He
for them
did.
so much that, like, I was almost like I didn't want Indiana to hand the ball off to nobody else.
But him.
Yeah, and then y'all, Fletcher, bro.
That's another shoddy guy,
Is Fletcher
but I
coming
think
out
he's
or
going
is
to
he going
stay.
back?
I think he's staying for what I know. He's staying.
Man,
He's
listen.
trying to run it back. Knowing we just got that Duke quarterback. We just recruited him off the transfer portal, and we got the wide receiver too that went to Duke. We trying to run it back.
Yeah. So Joseph Sandberg has a good comment right here saying Rutledge is being slept on. What you think about Rutledge? Did you get a chance to watch any of the of his work?
No, I didn't get a chance to really watch him. I still got more work to put in.
Nah, I know, and I understand why, bro. Because it's like the coverage is just all over the place. I kind of wish that they had. I kind of wish they had almost two channels, or they were covering it on two channels. Like I wish that one of the ESPNs was covering the receivers, and one of the ESPNs was covering the linemen. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen Rutledge doing a little bit of work out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just like, who is this cat? You know, and there's another cat that's doing some work too. The center from Dartmouth. I wrote his name down. Delby Lemieux. I really liked watching him a little bit. Did you get a chance to watch Delby Lemieux?
Another guy I got to do some homework on.
Yeah, because it caught me off guard. You know what I'm saying? Some of these small school guys or whatnot.
Oh yeah, them small schools that get you because I'm looking at a guy by the name of Charles Demings. He went to Stephen F. Austin, and he's a corner, and he's
Okay.
long, physical, and he's sticky. So I got a little something though, but they ain't got too much on him. They don't even got really what his season numbers was. That's how deep that small school is.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. So
But I know he's something to look onto because if you got invited to the Senior Bowl, you're
yeah,
something to pay attention to.
yeah. The Senior Bowl has become red carpet, bro. It actually went from something that was just a throwaway for you to look at guys in the trenches. Like the guys in the trenches went there, like Zach Martin. The best Senior Bowl to me to really pay attention to is actually crazy. It was early on when you had Zach Martin and Aaron Donald out there. And I remember it was one of the first years that do you pay attention to the draft show on the Cowboys Network?
At times I do, at times I don't. It
Yeah,
depends on how my schedule be. I try to catch what I can catch.
yeah, because the year that I think that it started around the year that Zach Martin and them came out, Zach Martin, and Aaron Donald,
Right.
and listen, bro, they had some battles. Like I knew then because of that Senior Bowl that's who I wanted in those years drafts. I wanted like everybody would ask me, "You don't want Johnny Manziel?" No, do not want
No.
Johnny Manziel.
Jerry
I want
Jones wanted Johnny Manziel. We don't want no daggone Johnny when we ain't got no O line. And not to mention Romo that year went to you and told you, give me an O lineman, and you still want a quarterback? Come on, man.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong
Like
with him?
I was like, bro, I either want Aaron. This tells you how long ago I was on the Cowboys need an interior. I was like, I either want Aaron Donald or Zach Martin. I probably got tweets out there that say that. I was like, I either want one of them two. You don't want John? No, I don't want Johnny. For what? For what? For who? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't want Johnny Manziel. Not at all. But the Senior Bowl
Mm-mm.
became, and this is what I like about the Senior Bowl. TJ Parker is doing himself a service right now. I'm gonna go back to
Yeah.
sleep
He got
because
money after that. Because of that play right there definitely put money in the bank for him.
absolutely yes. So what put money in the bank for Bain and Messidor was their postseason, so they don't have to go to the Senior Bowl. You know
They
what I'm saying?
don't.
Uh, one of my favorite prospects, and I know that Cowboy fans don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it, but I have to cover it. And really, look, I don't just do it for Cowboys fans. Like it's for everybody, right? Like typically, like most of my fan base is Cowboy fans, so I got to speak to it. But Francis, how do you say his name? Magoya,
Magoya, the right tackle,
bro. That's about as sure of a thing
bruh.
for the Cowboys.
He's gone. He'll be gone, fam.
Thanks. You
He's
think he
not
gonna
gonna fall
climb?
to us. He's not gonna
So
fall to us. He's gone.
you think he gonna be the first tackle off the board?
Yup. Easy. He need to be. The college playoff and the national championship showed it all. He held his own. He
And
allowed the less pressures and the less sacks.
yeah, against Bain and Messidor, who, I'm really high on Messidor. I'm really
I'm
high
high
on
on
him.
Mesidor too. He's in my fouls.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a video on him next, actually, because everybody's talking about
Yeah.
Bain, and I really like Bain. Actually, let me make this clear. I think Ruben Bain is going to win Defensive Player of the Year at some point.
Yup.
I think he's going to have a Aaron Donald, Miles Garrett type of impact. You know what I'm saying? You guys look
He already showed it on the field.
yeah, if he doesn't, you guys can say DMV was wrong. But his hands, his
Bend
his he has been for a guy that has that much
of a
in his
weight
lower
on him.
frame. Like he's very heavy down below. And
He's 275.
you typically do not see guys with bend that have the type of legs that he has. You know what I'm saying? The type of heavy legs. You just don't see it. He got heavy hands.
Ooh,
I mean,
he's a run defender too.
and so Messidor, the thing you have with him is his age. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you want to see a little bit more in the counter game, but outside of that, Messidor, I think, is a diet version of if you like everything with Ruben Bain, then you gotta like Messidor. And
You gotta like Mesidor. Mesidor is more grittier than Bane, if you ask me. Remember that sack that he put him in Dozler and he still was trying to strip the ball out?
yeah, for sure.
That's
Yeah.
gritty. That's grittiness, fam. That shows you hungry to give your offense another opportunity to get some numbers on the board, especially when you know you can put them in good field position. That's low key IQ too.
Yeah. And so if I'm the Cowboys, I'm speaking for the Cowboys or any team that is 3-4 based, or you know what I'm saying, you might play 4-3 under or anything like that. Messidor would be definitely circled on my list. Here's why. Very strong. But for the Cowboys, RIP Marshawn Nealon, you're essentially just plugging and playing what you had for Nealon. They have a
That's
lot of
what
the same qualities. A lot
and
of the
that's what
same.
we need.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to say you're replacing a person because ultimately you know what happened, the tragic stuff. But you had plans for Marshawn Nealon. So why
Yeah.
not continue it? You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking that
Mhm.
that's more of the second pick that the Cowboys have. Like, I think that eventually, I don't know that I don't think I have a first round grade on them yet. Because typically, you have about maybe 15 to 18 first round grades. So I
He
probably
should
got
be
like,
second round. He should
yeah,
be he
yeah,
should
yeah,
be early second. All because of his age on top of that.
yeah. So I think that, but you got to consider him with that second first round pick you have because Dallas does not have a second round pick. But I would
That's why
have
I
him as
say
a high
trade
second
down if
round.
you can.
You said what?
That's why I would rather trade down if I could.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
don't get me wrong, there's a lot of these top 10 and 15 players out there looking good. Okay. But you know me, man. For those that know Keystone, I don't believe the hype. I know
Okay.
you're going to want the quality, but on the same note, ain't nothing wrong with getting a little quantity too. If you can trade down one of these and get a second, do that because I spoke on trading down last year too when we gave up the fourth for Trey Lance. Now we have no second, no third. Come on, man. I'm not
Yeah.
taking no shots to go that high and get them, and then we miss. And pretty much we'll have to rely on the late round picks. Nah.
Yeah. Okay. Joseph Sandberg has this question. Am I controversial for having a first on Cassius Howell? It's tough. I got a
That's
two on
tough.
him right now. I got a
I
two
got
on
a
him right
two
now.
on him too. I got a second round. I mean, he another late round guy, along with Romello Height out of Texas Tech. That's another late round guy. He played the edge, but man, that's tough on Cassius Howard. And he had a solid season, but he was MIA when he faced my Canes too, first round.
Uh, but I got somebody that is going to be intriguing based on I guess what you want to do. I clearly got a number one on David Bailey. You know,
You need to. I was on David Bailey when he was in Stanford as a junior.
and I got David Bailey as 1B. Obviously, I got Bain as 1A. Bain I got as 1A simply because I think you could you I think that you could have him play a lot of the places, a lot of techniques on the defensive line. I think
Yeah,
David Bailey is just clearly a pass rusher type edge. You know what I'm saying?
he
Like
is.
I probably would stand him up. If I was the NFL team, I probably would stand him up personally. Um,
Mhm.
but
But we all
Dave,
know his run defense is in question, though.
absolutely for sure. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
a
That's
one
why I
trick
said it
pony.
depends on what you want to do. It depends
Right.
on that, you know. And I also think about this, right? Shout out to the boy Vach. Love Vach to death, right? And I rode off this cliff with him too. I did. I promise you I did. Because there's some things about David Bailey that I feel like is a bit raw. I don't know what it is, but like I don't necessarily feel like he has a short technique. There was a guy very similar to that, but had longer limbs than him. Greg Rousseau. I listened to
Yeah.
Vach, and I'm not gonna blame Vach for this, right? Because I agreed because of how raw Russo was. That I was just like, the Cowboys can't take a risk on that. And maybe that still holds true. But Russo is a hell of a player right now,
Right
you know.
now. But
Yeah.
it took him a minute to develop. See, but that's what happens when you draft these one trick ponies high.
Uh-huh.
You trying to get as many tools in your toolbox as possible, especially when you in your defensive front seven. See me, I'm greedy. My
Uh-huh.
defensive front seven, I want my defensive front seven to not only get to the pass, but can also defend the run. We got to really get back to the versatility in our defensive front seven.
Yeah, and also too, I want you to think about like uh with defending the run, it's like you got three defensive tackles now, and then what's name's only gonna get better. Uh
You said
Dominic
Caleb
Ezraku.
Banks?
Ezraku's only gonna get
Oh,
better. You know
oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like, what type of edge are you looking to complement those guys? Are you looking for more of a stand-up? This is a hell of a question. Are you looking for more of a stand-up edge, or are you looking for more of a defensive lineman DN type?
I'm looking more like I just say more like an edge because
Yeah.
we don't got because we need someone to set the edge. That's the whole purpose. Other than that, we're gonna continue to get bullied on the edge, especially in the run game. So we definitely gonna need the edge, and I could also pass rush. But on the same note, I'm always gonna go with the edge.
Yeah, I think more of a stand-up, right?
Right.
I mean, it's so many different things you can do. Um, this is why, like, let's say, obviously, look, I'm gonna pick like if this wouldn't happen, but guys smoke weed, guys answer questions wrong. You know, Dez dropped in the draft because of his background and stuff like that, and how
His
people
mom.
perceive them. So I'm never gonna say that this person's a shoe in to be here when the whole process still has to happen. But if you're looking at Bain or like Bailey, I don't think Dallas could go wrong with either. Here's why. I would rather it's like it depends on the philosophy that you want to go across, right?
Yes.
The stand up. with Bailey is like that would mean that you're spending a lot of money on your D line on your interior anyway. So I got to get all three of them on the field at the same time. I got to figure that out.
Yes.
So if I'm going base 3-4, I got to get Kenny Clark, Osa,
As
and
a
Quinton
Raku
Williams
low
on the
key.
field. Go ahead.
As a Raku low key too, because he can play the 3-4 and the 4-3. He played both at Boston College.
Yeah, he's a stand up guy to me
Yep.
in that he's a stand up. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like when I was looking at him when I was breaking him down last year, I was like, how is he when he's putting his hand down opposed to standing up? Because he did both. You know, so I would stand him up. And so yeah, I think going to a base 3-4 or you know what I'm saying the 4-3 under allows you to get all of those guys on the field at the same time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so
Because
with that, you got to get a corner though. You have to get a corner that
most
can.
definitely.
You got to get a corner that's not what any of the qualities of the guys you got right now. You got to get a guy that can. You got to get a guy that can like a Pat Surtain type. Because
Yeah.
if you're gonna go heavier fronts, then you got to have somebody that can really cover without help.
I want a corner also that ain't afraid to attack the run. They ain't
Yeah,
afraid to, yeah, they ain't afraid to go down there and try to sniff that ball. But I get you though. We definitely need another man corner. That ain't really no need to even go against that, especially with the corners we have. I know Ragu going into his second year, but to me, this would be more like his first full season. So we'll definitely get to see more out of him.
I think Revel. I don't think Revel's a man corner. I don't. Yeah. Bland is, but I don't think Revel is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of
I
feel
think
like
Bland's more of a nickel than a man. I think Bland's more nickel than man
I think he is too. I think he is too. But they're not going to pay him that money to be that nickel.
now. Yeah. Nope.
If I'm being completely honest with you, bro, I thought letting Jordan Lewis go was a mistake.
Big mistake.
I thought it was a big mistake. And if I had to choose between Jordan Lewis and Bland, I was like, if it was up to me, I was picking Jordan Lewis. I was picking Jordan Lewis just because in today's game, you gotta have that elite nickel play.
And
You
he was
gotta.
solid. And he's been solid in Jacksonville thus far too.
He was the best. Cool. He was your best. He might have been your best defensive player outside of Micah Parsons last year.
Lord have mercy.
Jordan Lewis has been very, very solid in what he does. You know what I'm saying? I think that it's a lot harder to find a nickel that works with what you do, like a nickel slide box type, than it is
Yeah.
outside today. You get what I'm saying? Because you can help the outside guys with your safety play. You know what I'm saying? Now you're in a position where Dallas, like if you had Jordan Lewis, if you had locked him up for 3 years or whatnot, you're not worried about that. But now Dallas has to try and worry about because they have questions now on the outside. They got questions in the nickel, and you got questions in the safety room. So you got to really like because
Definitely
look,
got questions in the safety, bro.
questions you didn't have though. So it kind of makes me wonder about the DB coach, but that's another story for another day. That's another story for another day. Um, let me get back to this list. I don't know how to pronounce this kid's name from Illinois. Gabe, is it Jacobs?
Gabe
Jason?
Yakis. Gabe Yakis. Yes.
Woo-wee.
Dog. He's in my files. That boy
Hey,
got man. They got massive hands.
hey, bro, we need
Definitely
you
one
to.
got.
You gonna publish them files this year, bro?
Yeah, I already got him on. I got him. I got him on my page, but you gotta. But I already got my stuff bookmarked, so I'm good to go. But I also got it on my page as well too. Just got to scroll down on it because I got so much activity on there.
Yeah, dude. The thing that stood out to me about him yesterday, his motor was crazy, bro.
Crazy motor.
Yeah. Now I like on the interior right here to where he would have been splitting that gap right there, but look how quick his hands are. Like, look at that.
He got a. He comes from a wrestling background too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So let me take a look at his measurables based on the roster. Let me see. They got him at
Also got it.
6'3", 260.
Yup.
So
And
that
he got a
260,
natural bend too.
yeah, for sure. And that 260 right there lets me know that his body is almost NFL ready. Like every time I'm looking at edge or DNs, I'm looking at like if they're in the high 230s, 240s, I'm like he got to put some weight on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you're above 255, my ears perk up a little bit like, okay, I just wonder how strong you are. Do you play strong? Do you play fast at that weight? Ideally, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I be liking DNs that's like 265, bro.
Me too. Around about 265. That's yup. That's my pretty much weight limit. I could go 270. I'll be cool with that. Yup.
Dude is an absolute beast, bro. When I
He is a
saw,
beast.
because I was like really, like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch and see it live, so I had to, go in and look at who was winners, who was losers, and then go and try and find clips. And bro was running all over the place. He was giving people trouble in team period. To me is more, is more what I look at. You know what I'm saying? I really like the one-on-ones are cool, but the team period, I be wanting to know like what you doing during that team period. You know what I'm saying? Like does it make sense with all 10 other people on the team? You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I mean, I saw plays where he was chasing down the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? I saw plays where like I'm trying to pull it up as we're talking right now. Like it dude, here we go. All right, I got another clip. I got another clip. Like you can see him right here off the edge. Watch how quick he is, bro. That get off and them hands, bro. Them hands are so quick, bro. Them hands are
Yeah. And they're strong hands too. Big hands.
yeah, bro. Absolutely. That's a strip sack fumble right there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Quick.
and then let me see. I'm gonna ask you this question. I had a question mark to Colton Hood yesterday. Uh, did he stand out to you, and what did you like about him, and what are some things that maybe might hold you back a little bit?
Colton Hood, I like him. I like him because I mean, it's this. He's a well disciplined corner. He's definitely disciplined, and he has the speed. But I think he just can get over. I think he can over anticipate himself a little bit too much. He just got to relax and let the game come to him. But as
Yeah,
far as him and his stickiness, he has it. He has the speed, but he's just gotta just he just gotta calm down.
got you. Because my biggest thing, like I really like this rep right here, but then when we watch the other rep against Tyron Montgomery, his technique was completely off. His eye discipline was completely off. And sometimes it's like you said, it might be a settle down type thing.
Yes,
Corner is a very tough position because I saw this on TikTok the other day, and it's true as hell. Like it's the only position that you got to get whooped on to get better. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like you want guys that get whooped on a little early so that they can, you got to take your stripes and you get better and you adapt and you get better that way. Like you don't want somebody that's hardly guarding any competition, that's not getting whooped, that's not getting challenged, and then when they getting challenged, they don't know how to deal with it later on. You know what I'm saying? JV Boy said Tyron definitely cooked them for sure. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
ain't no question.
Yeah, and like 864 said, like you can't win them all, but for the most part, he was solid. And that's what it's about, how you lose, right? You're not supposed to win one-on-ones. You're not supposed to win one-on-ones in these. Like it's damn near a tough task for a corner to win one-on-one. If you get
especially
corners
with
that win,
receivers that can separate.
yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get corners that you see win one-on-ones consistently, those are your top guys. That's
Mm-hmm.
why that's why when you get these type of corners, that's why when you get these type of corners, you fall in love and you stay with them, bro. This right here was diabolical though. I ain't gonna hold you. This was diabolical. I gotta keep watching. Bro. Oh, that was the Jordan Byron Russell cross right there. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
man.
like, and I think this can be fixed up though. I think eye discipline was off here. I think that his shoulders were completely high, like that front shoulder. If he drops that front shoulder, I think he can break on that a little bit better. But I mean, it's like, where you going, bro? You stayed too far on top of that route. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be able to defend the back shoulder. He wasn't in position to defend the back shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't want to be hard. I don't want to be tough on him because I'm still intrigued by Colton Hood. I was talking to Double I the other day, and my first impression is I don't really like him like that. Everybody else does, but it's something about him that I don't really like that. Like I like his measurables. I like 6 feet, 195.
Yep. 195. He definitely got the NFL frame.
Yeah. But to me, I don't I look at if you look at Avion Terrell, if you look at Mansour Delane, if you look at McCoy, if you even look at Pons, for example, and I'm still combing through the list. He don't got the fluidity that those guys got. You know what I'm saying? He don't got the fluidity.
No, he's definitely not as fluid.
You know what I'm saying? So I gotta see more. And that's why I am glad that he's at the Senior Bowl. Because if we're gonna see how he takes NFL coaching. Also, too, he's gonna be the best guy out there. So he's gonna get the opportunity to get away from a McCoy. He's gonna get an opportunity to be away from some of those guys that are a lot more fluid. You know what I'm saying? So he's a guy that's gonna have to do the whole process to maximize his draft stock, in my opinion.
This is his option, right? This is his opportunity right here.
Yeah, for sure. So what grades you got on him right now?
Who is this? Colton Hood.
Yeah, Colton Hood.
I could say like a late first, early second.
Yeah, for those type of guys, I got a 2 on them. I got a 2.
Yes.
I typically like I typically go with like, are you a sure thing in the first round? I don't think he's a sure thing in the first round. Like, think about this, like TJ Parker. Like, I got a 2 on TJ Parker, and I think that he's a better prospect. But I think TJ Parker's more of a late first round. Colton
Yep.
Hood, probably like you said, late first round. You know what I'm saying? Like late first round.
Early second. Yep.
And he go to a situation that's probably already kind of set to where they got the front seven, or they're a playoff type team, and he'll go out there and do some things.
And come off here, probably come off rotation.
Yeah. Was there anybody else that you wanted to talk about? Because probably
I
gonna
got
head
one
out
more
a little
guy.
bit. You said
I
what?
got one more. Excuse me. I got one more guy. He another safety. He also a Senior Bowl invite. His name is Genesis Smith. He went to Arizona. He got ball skills. Another fluid guy. He got football IQ. This season, he had 35 solo tackles and 8 pass defenders. And you know me when I'm looking at these safeties and as well as corners, I'm looking for people that can defend the pass. And for him to have 8 this season, that alone definitely put my eye on him.
Okay, you said Genesis Smith. He's at the Senior
Say,
Bowl because I don't see his name up here.
he got invited to the Senior Bowl. He had
He
a
might.
Senior Bowl invite.
I wonder if
Maybe
he
he
turned
might
it
not be
down.
there. Or maybe he turned it down, probably went to the shrine. Who knows? But he was another one of my guys. But yeah, but that's cool because I'm gonna get back on the list and see what's up on that anyway.
Okay, Blood Clark, Genesis Smith. Who's your top safety? Obviously, it's Caleb Downs, but who's your number 2 safety outside of him? Like,
ball hawk tendencies. He got speed. He come from a quarterback background, so he can read and react. And this is Bishop Fitzgerald out of USC. He's really low key my top safety right now.
Woo! You said Bishop Fitzgerald.
Yes, he went to USC.
You're saying that even with Kamari Ramsey next to him, are you saying that Bishop Fitzgerald is a big reason why Kamari Ramsey was able to drive down on football and stuff like that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
On the yes end, I could say because if you got safeties that can play the free and the strong, it's going to be times the free going to open up the strong, and the strong's going to open up the free. That's why you
Okay.
need to have both of those on the top of your defense locked in. But on the bad note, it depends on what that player self brings to the game.
Yeah,
Because when
because
you look at Ramsey, Ramsey got low key football IQ. His IQ is just something ridiculous.
bro is a thumper.
Yes,
You know
he
what I'm saying?
is.
He'll light you up a little bit. You know, I was talking to
Hmm.
Double I on this, and she want to see what his play strength is like. I think Kamari Ramsey's out there, but I didn't see anything that popped out.
Probably just got a few reps, and that was just that. Yeah, I didn't see too much of him. Me neither. That's why I said I hope they show more safeties within the rest of the week, man. So I know for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like I don't see like I'm on Twitter, like I like on X, I don't see anything as far as
Nope.
like what he's done or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah, but but it's good that we talking about these guys. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I plan on doing another one, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be later, maybe it'll be tomorrow. Like jumping bro, let's start a chain on X, and then I could kind of let you know cuz like this was impromptu. I got up in the morning like because I'm supposed to be down there, but I decided not to go. It just was too much of a hassle, man, with this ice outside, bro. I still my car's bro, anybody in the DMV area, man, like you kind of stuck out here, low key. Like it's like the frozen tundra out here. The
I
the,
believe it.
the amount of
I'm from
times,
Pennsylvania, so I know
how bad is the ice out there?
it's not bad out here. I'm in North Carolina right now. It's not bad out here. We just got like a little sheet, and that was that. Everybody down here freaking out. It ain't nothing bad.
Yeah, we ended up getting 10 inches plus ice, bro.
Yeah. Plus ice. That ain't nothing new. That's typical winter for us up there.
Facts, bro. Like, listen, I fell. Look, I'm a nimble athlete, y'all. I busted my ass 3 times in the last 2 days. Like, I mean, bro, yeah, y'all, it's be careful out there. Everybody I know has fell. Everybody I know has fell out here. Okay. 864 said Georgia kid at DB was getting fried. And so this is what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for people to have bounce back days.
Who
I
was that?
think
Dalen Everett? Did he say
uh
Georgia defensive back?
yeah, he said Georgia defensive back.
What? I wonder if that was Dalen Everett, but we
Yeah,
don't know for sure. Yeah,
he's the only DB that's there from Georgia. So it's gotta
exactly.
be him.
That's why I'm like, yeah. He was one of my guys I was looking into, but I didn't put him in my fouls yet, though.
But it's actually crazy. Like in one-on-ones, you can get fried on one-on-ones and be so much better in team. So much better in 7-on-7, so much better in team, which matters more. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be on the lookout for it today. Like I said, I want to see how guys take coaching. Yesterday was the first impression, but can you keep that up, or can you get better throughout the week? I personally prefer people to get better throughout the week. You know what I'm saying? I personally prefer that. I prefer the longevity. I prefer you being able to take coaching. You know what I'm saying? So it happens. And there are some people that get fried day one and then they figure it out. They go watch the tape. They learn tendencies and they get much better. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. But hey, bro, I appreciate you for stopping by today, for clicking the link, bro. We definitely have to do this more. It felt real natural, man. People in the comments, man, let me know if y'all enjoyed this, because I wanted to do more work with Keystone. I want to do more work with Set It Off with Big Game James. I think Big Game James is traveling today. So I'll try and see if I can get Big James on the line or whatnot, and see what he's seeing out there. You know, a couple of
Yes.
people that's out there. I know Foots is out there. I can see if I can get him on. Just for a quick rap. You know what I'm saying? So but appreciate everybody for tuning in. Keystone, stay on after I wrap up or anything like that. Stay on so we can chat a little bit. But appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. You know what it is, man. It's DMV Draft Talk. We out. Peace.